Good. Congratulations, everybody. So we have a good number of people who have sent weight, and here is the results of last week together. So Ruchi is at 5.5, Manju is at 5 kg, from Netra 3.5 kg. We have Janet at 3.25, Jeta 3.15, Manisha 2.45, Veena 1.8, Mamta 1.9, Afifa at 3.9 kg, Asna at 4.7 kg. Manish had 1.3 and so let me go to the next one. So these are people who have sent last week, but this week you are not received. I'm sure that you should have got some more results from there actually. So congratulations everybody for achieving this number. So I'm sure that next 1 week we can still go to that. I'm sure 1 or 2 people will hit that 8 to 10 kg definitely. So you will reach there. That's my belief, and we will that. I know some of them have already quit, some of them are already not sending the photos and stuff like that, but I know what is happening at their end. Probably they're losing weight, that's why they're not coming up with any queries with us, but they don't want to share it with us or maybe share it with the group. Totally fine with that. So we'll go with people who are sharing and who are really inspiring people. So I'm very thankful to people who have been very enthusiastic, sending photos, sharing questions, asking questions, sharing answers, because you guys are making it happen in the group actually. Because if you're not there, then probably the group will go down. So thank you very much for that, and keep doing it. So keep sending photos, keep asking questions, keep conversing with people, different topics, whatever regarding health. So it will help us to the group momentum will be there. So group momentum will definitely help you to achieve good results. Okay. So having said that, so let me bring up my topic today. So I have 2 things to cover today. One is combination of food, which I want to first cover, and then also cover walking is not an exercise, because I want to just to make sure to everybody that if you're not doing enough physical exercise, it is a must for you, because so we are not living in the age of 19th century or 18th century or 17th century where we are completely into physical exercise at that time, but today we are not doing a lot of physical exercise. So it's must for us to get into some good physical exercise so that we can be fit. So it is definitely a requirement. Okay, but I'll cover you why it is required, so that is more important. Let me bring up the other screen as well. A moment. Okay, first let me cover about combination of food, which will help you to understand more about the combinations. Let me, you can see my screen, right? I've not lost my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Good. So welcome to Sam and Limit's Wellness Launch. I will not take you through these everything again, because we already know this and we have already taken us through. So let me definitely get into the next one actually. So I think last time also I've covered this, saying about the confusion about the diet and with what does the picture mean. So basically people are confused with a lot of things actually. That's why people ask for alternatives. People say they don't have a belief in things what they're doing actually. When I say belief, so some of them are scared that if I eat this, what will happen. Some of them are questioning right about gastric issues and things like that, because everything is a mindset. So because you are hearing some of the things from outside, you do Google and find out, okay, this will hurt you, that will hurt you. So if you're eating in a right time, right combination, I don't think so anything will have a problem actually. So everything will go in a right way. So what is the problem? Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, you have Zumba classes, you have running classes, you have walking classes, you have yoga, you have intermittent fasting, you have ketogenic diet, we have vegan diet, we have zero fat diet, you have raw food diet, paleo diet, gluten free diet. Everything is a confusion. So you don't know where to go. So the challenge here is the diet what we are giving does not come into any of these pictures actually. So what we are trying to do is to, as a common man, what you can do, so what you can follow on a daily basis, we want to give that. I cannot fast for 16 hours and only eat only 2 food a day. It's very difficult for a common man to follow. So because you're working, it is very difficult. You cannot go on a zero fat diet, you cannot go on a raw food diet only, because over a period of time what happens is your body will get resisted to certain foods actually. That's why we want to have a combination of food. So over a period of time, you should not have any problem on whatever you're doing, right? So that is what we want to do. Now, don't get confused. So again, I suggest you, rather than asking for alternatives, can I use this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Just try to follow the chart, what will be given. So you will get results. Definitely, you will get results. But if it's a worst case scenario, if you are not able to get anything after running around for thing, example, yesterday almond milk, most of them telling we are not able to get it. That's why I gave the grocery list in the in advance itself, so that everybody can buy and keep it, so that your 30 days will go smoothly, not anything. That's why you want to give you, provide you everything in advance. Okay. So confusions. Now, why is the confusion actually? So nothing on this work will work as you wish unless your purpose pursue it for a longer time actually. So everybody wants result in 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week. It is not difficult. It's difficult to get complete results. If you want to lose 30 kg, it's at least minimum six months of task actually. If you focus on the 6 months, definitely that 30 kg can be conquered. But you need to just focus on that and just go for it. Now, just me bring up, what is that we require actually? Anyone follow cricket here? Most of them follow cricket, right? I don't know if anybody don't follow. I don't know if you're following good. If you don't follow, just follow and see, whether how it works actually. Because I don't follow too much cricket, but I know a little bit of cricket actually. Why I'm showing this is, so if you have five, or 5 to 6 wicket keepers in a cricket team, or maybe in a football team, if you have only a goalkeeper, who is very good in goalkeeping, things like that. So how does it work? Will you be able to run the match, win the match? No, or anything. No, it's not possible, right? Why it is not possible is because you require all rounders, right? So you require batsmen, you require wicket keepers, you require bowlers, you require fielders, and everything. So all kind of combination of players will help you to win the match. It's the same thing here also. To lead a healthy life, we need a combination of right food and nutrition. And if you want to, require good health, actually you require food and nutrition, just like you whatever you're playing actually. So for example, if you're working in a corporate job or maybe going to any office, you require actually a right combination of skill set. It's not that if you have only one skill set, you'll not be able to win anywhere. So you should have a different kind of thing. So combination is inevitable everywhere. So you need to have everything completely. So that is why the good things come into picture. So let me, give a quick introduction about your current plate, what people are eating. Probably coming into 30 days program, probably would have not, you have changed your plate, but I'm telling typically as a normal, household people, how do they eat actually? I've shown this to you some time back also. This is how they eat it in the first webinar. They have a rice or a little bit of sabji, or maybe a chicken, or maybe you go for a coffee, or maybe junk food and things. So this is how your plate food look like. So but actually most of them are eating 65% of carbs, 20% of veggies, and 15% of protein. This is how your daily food is happening before maybe coming into the 30 days program. Or as a normal household person, this is how you eat. So you go for more carbs and then less veggies and less protein. Actually how your food should be is in this way: 25% of carbs, 50% veggies, and 25% protein. The carbohydrate should be only 25%. If you can reduce further, it will be good, and increase your vegetable quantity, which will give you more vitamins, minerals, and all other additional things what you want your body. And 25% of protein rich food should be there to make sure your combination. So after this 30 days plan, in case if you're not getting into our personal plan or you do want our help, actually I would suggest go for this combination. Make sure you're using minimum carbs. You can go for more veggies, more fruits and vegetables, and can have a little bit more protein rich food actually, so that you can maintain your weight where you are, and still you can lose it also. If you're exactly follow this combination I'm telling you, you don't require anybody's help. You don't require Sam and Lemmy, you don't require any other coach helping you out. Only thing why what we are doing through our this one is we are analyzing your food pattern, and we are making sure we are filling your body within a right nutrition. That's why you're losing your weight. So in our personal programs also, what we're doing is the same thing. We analyze your food pattern, how you're eating, timing pattern, everything, and then we give you the kind of combination so that you can lose your weight and keep your weights in the right way. This is a combination we do know to follow. This is the right way, so do that. So basically, all spiritual practices say that don't focus on results. Focus on the process itself, and result will manifest, because most of them do not believe in themselves. Believe in their brains. Okay, this process is going to help me. So people who are actually losing weight is basically they are believing in us and they are just executing what we have told. The people who are not, they are losing only 1 kg or half a kg, or maybe there are two reasons. So one would be reason like you already reached your ideal weight or very close to your ideal weight, and the group program is not helping you. So it's because you require a completely specific diet for your according to your religion, according to your region where you stay and things like that. You require something specific diet for you rather than having this general diet what we're giving in the group program. So if you're not losing weight, if you're very close to the ideal weight, it's better you get into the personal program and see how personally you can have a specific diet for yourself, and then according to, because you may having different kind of medical issues or challenges in life also, which we can analyze and do your personal program. So in this, It's completely a general program, so you may not lose weight only because it's a general diet. And if you follow, complete 100% probably, definitely 4 to 5 kgs is a definite win-win situation. You can definitely lose it. There is no, no to it, or I would say there is nothing you can stop you in case if you follow. Okay, so just some suggestions I'm going to give you actually. See, if you're getting into workouts and things like that, it's better to have some supplements. Go for some pre-workout food and post-workout food, so that will help you in endurance. Which it's last longer actually. So you should do 40 minutes of moderate exercise. 30 minutes prior, you can go for these things. You can eat probably uh, dates or banana or almond, peeled almond, or maybe go for some fiber supplements. And after that, you can go for some good protein rich food. Probably you can go for protein powder, eggs, raisins, or maybe oats, and additional bananas and things like that, so that can help you to increase your protein there. Post workout food or supplements to recover your muscle. Post workout meal helps in recovering muscle faster. If not, muscles will remain damaged and create issue in longer run. So it's very, very important for you to, if you're doing a workout, after that you have a good high protein rich food, so that muscles can invent themselves and make sure your muscles are growing. Okay, you can go for protein and all those stuffs actually. So probably sprouts, chicken, or maybe chickpea salad and kind of things. So you can go for it. So make sure your food is every day a combination of different things rather than having a same thing every day. So on a weekly basis, you should have at least to 10 to 15 different kind of things you would have eat. Actually, I'm not telling every day it's difficult, but keep on changing your food on a daily basis. Don't go for a same kind of food every day. Keep on changing and go for a protein rich food. And it is possible, right? So I just give an example of what is the protein requirement of people in age 35 plus. You require 1.6 to 2.2 gram of per kg weight. If you're like 10 kg or maybe 25 kg or whatever kg you are, so if you're 35 plus, you require per kg of your weight, you require 1.6 to 2.2 gram of protein, which is required. So you need to go for both kind of protein rich food, or you can go for a supplements which can help you, because today's fast life, it is very difficult to look into all the other things and find out the protein rich food and eat it. So better 50% go with the food, 50% take a supplement, so that will help you out to mitigate that what we have. Multivitamins, you should go for a vitamin A, C, D, A, B, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, all these stuffs actually, B6, B12 and things, which will help you out. Omega-3 is a must include actually. In case if you are not having omega-3, go for an omega-3 supplement. If you're a fish eater, eat more fish with less oil, because if you're frying the fish in the deep frying and things like that, you're thinking that you're eating omega-3, but you're actually putting in more omega-6 into your body, because you're eating a lot of other other oils, actually more of the packaged oils what you're going to have. So go for less oil when you're cooking the food. So go for fiber, because 25 grams for women and 38 grams for men is widely used for weight loss and healthy bowel movements. So if you're having a gastric problem, the challenges with bowel movements, your digestions are not good, it's good to have a fiber supplement in the morning and in the night actually, so that your bowel movements are good, so that you can have a healthy life as well. So these are some of the basic supplements or maybe nutrition which you require in your body. That's why we want to have a combination of food. So if you can manage everything with food, absolutely fine, go for it. But if you're not able to manage, it's good that sometimes go with the supplements as well. Go for a good brand, it will help you. And drinking water, 1 liter of water per 25 kg of body is very, very important for everybody. Okay, so this is end of it. But I'm going to suggest you some tests can be done actually. Maybe after this 30 days, you can go for some tests can be done, so that it will help you to understand where you stand. And after that, you can change your food accordingly, because whatever your food is eating today is definitely going to help you. But if you can do some tests and then go for the food, actually it will help you, because where you're going wrong. Some of the basic tests what we suggest is like lipid profile, cholesterol, triglycerides, HDL, LDL, and your vitamin D3 and B12, because D3 and B12 is one of the deficiencies seen in most of the people now. So we have a lot of clients actually coming with these problems. Calcium serum check for it, because calcium normally after 35-40, calcium serum goes down in the body, because we're not taking so much of good calcium supplements or maybe food. Hemoglobin test, thyroid test, this kind of tests we can do it, so that you can understand where you stand, then take that step. Okay, go for the food or supplement accordingly. Okay, so after 30 days, it's good that you can go for a good supplements or maybe good food, combination of food actually, so that you don't go down, you don't go up in your weight and not go down in your energy. So make sure your combination of food is always good. And fruits, vegetables is, must and should. You can go for more. If you're feeling hungry, eat more fruits and vegetables rather than eating any junk food getting into the, into your homes. Don't do that. Okay, let me come to another, session. So if you have any questions, you can ask me on that in case if you have it. Otherwise, I will start with the other, this one. Any questions from anybody? Because this is more important to you. No questions? Okay, fine. So let me quickly cover this as well in next 10-15 minutes actually, so that so walking is not a complete exercise, because we have been, teaching this to most of the people, because most of them in our community, in our, family life, the surroundings in our families, or we have seen people around us actually who have been, because we stay very close to Zalsur Lake in Bangalore, and we've seen people walking. There are just a normal walk they do, and maybe like 30, 10, 20 rounds, and they feel that they are completely healthy. But we don't, really believe that walking only is going to help us to live a healthy life on a longer run. It should, because somebody who cannot do exercise definitely go for walking. But if you can do exercise, it's better that you have to do some exercise. I'll tell you why. So now most of them think that, okay, no, some of them were already doing a walking, only walking. They'll be thinking that, okay, walking will really help me. Why Sam is telling that it is not helpful or not. So I'll tell you why exactly is that. So I'll explain you the thing. Basically, what I'm telling you, if you go to a doctor and say you do a walk every day as a physical exercise in these records, they will update a sedentary lifestyle. Basically, they tell it is a sedentary, because walking is not considered as an exercise at all. It is only for a people who have already reached like 45, 48, and they have some cardiac issues and things like that, and they cannot do exercise. Those are the kind of people who should be doing walking. But if you're below 45 and if you don't have any major health issues, you can still start with physical exercise and build your muscles and make sure you're losing your weight, as well as your muscle mass is up and going. So when I say building your muscles, I'm not telling about bodybuilding. I'm talking about increasing your muscle mass. Muscle mass increases, your fat will come down, your weight will not go up. Okay. So let me tell you why it is actually. We can review some of these things actually. So some of them can relate to these photos actually. So this is olden days photos when our ancestors were there. So we were hunting for people. So we did not have food available on the plate actually from anybody in the market. So we used to go and hunt animals, go climb the trees and get the food, pluck the fruits from this one. And in the second picture, if you see, we used to do plantations, we used to work in the paddy fields. If you go back to hunter-gatherer agriculture way, that's what used to happen, right? So our selection criteria. So people used to tell us we are, strong only depending on our physical ability. That time information technology was not there, digital age, nothing like that. The brain was very less actually. So, but most of the times we were being told as strong. The human being is told as strong only depending on the physical ability. If you are physically strong, you are the king of that particular area, or maybe that that community, because they used to have that physically strongest must actually, because we used to do a lot of work at that time, and we have been very, very active at that time. So I'm talking about very, very old days. So what happened now? What changed? Or maybe what was the other things what we're doing? So we used to walk from one destination to another destination. So we used to do swimming, because if you had to cross the river, there was no boats or anything available. Most of the people used to swim, climbing trees to get food, running to save ourselves, because it was very difficult, right? So because we used to have dogs around, wild animals around, because the for deforestation now it is not available. But at that time, hunting for food, mountain climbing, household duties, there were a lot of things which we were doing. Our physical capability was one of the criteria to survive in this world. Due to this, our metabolic capacity was one of the best actually, because we have been involved in most of the time in physical activities, which used to help us our metabolism to be very very, very good, and the healthy life was in olden days. Because olden days people normally eat the normal food itself. Probably in one of the areas or one of the regions they used to have only rice, but still they were very healthy, only because their physical activity was up to the mark to burn those fat what they're eating. And that time there was no polished grains and things like that. It was all normal old grains actually, which was not polished and things like that. It was very actually very healthy. So what changed? If you, I will bring up some photos actually, so you will be understand. See, initially it was an industrial age. People used to work in the industries, production industry and things like that. After that, information age come into picture, and then digital age came into picture, everything became automated, so the people's physical work became very less. And now if you ask me, so we are going back to the olden days, we are going back into the sedentary age. When I say sedentary age, so this is how it was. If you see this photo, right, so this, we started like an ape like this, and now again we've gone back to the computers, we can go back to the same thing. So we are going back to a sedentary age. Most of the people who are working in the corporates are sitting in 30 to 14 hours like this, becoming a sedentary. So that is why we require exercise. It's not, but by doing all this sedentary age, and if you're doing only a walking, it is not going to help you. And let me bring up some more photos. You'll try to grab it off actually. So what changed in the study years actually? Why 50 years back we did not require exercise? They were healthy, and then now you require an exercise. You see some of these photos, some of them can still remember in Kerala, or maybe in some of the villages, we still find these kind of things actually. How to fetch water. Today's you just put a switch on the motor and the water comes into your house. But in olden days, we used to do this. Women used to do this. Making a floor, it was by hand. So women used to do a lot of an exercise with their hands and legs, whatever they used to do. So this is one of the things which we used to do to make masalas. They used to cut firewoods. They used to walk on the paddy fields, mop the floors by themselves, everything, right? Gardening was there. So there are so many things which we are used to do on a day-to-day household duties. Today's household duties does not have any of these things actually. You're just standing there, maybe in the kitchen and cooking, and the washing machine is washing the clothes, or maybe your maid is coming and washing your plates, and a lot of things, right, has been changed. Now, although you tell it is a household duty, your brain is more working than your physical body is working actually, right? So that is the change what has happened from 15 years. At that time probably walking was good because you were doing so many things, and then with that you are doing a walking, so it was okay. But today it's not the case. So now what we have to do is we need to bring that same work what we used to do in the olden days, bring the same things into exercise now, so that we can do it. Right now I can bring up some myths also why people are not doing exercise actually. I am busy, active throughout the day, I do not need exercise. People say this to us, Sam, I'm a busy man, and I'm busy every day. I'm doing a lot of work, morning to evening I'm busy, and so I get good sleep and because I'm tired in the evening and things like that. I don't do exercise because of that. I'm at my ideal weight, I don't need exercise. I'm underweight, I don't need exercise. I don't have any disease, I don't need exercise. The underweight problem, most of the people come and tell, no, I'm underweight, I can eat anything. Right? It is selling underweight, but if you eat anything, your body is going to get hampered. I don't have any disease, I don't need exercise. I'm eating good food, I don't need an exercise. All household work, I don't need exercise. I'm still young, I don't need exercise. So these are some of the myths people say. Exercise is not only for 40 plus age group people. Exercise is for fat people to reduce weight. Exercise is for non-vegetarian. Exercise is for people who want to build body. Exercise is for people who want to shape up body. Exercise is for people who sit and work in the office. Exercise is for people who eat too much junk food. Every human being, whatever you do, whether you are fat, whether you are thin, whether you are eating good food, whether you are active throughout the day, you are working a lot of whether you're 40 plus, 30 plus, 50 plus, each and every human being requires exercise. I'll tell you why. So you have to do exercise to make sure you're losing your weight, as well as to be in a healthier program, and not only losing weight, to become healthy. So there are three things which I want to cover here. Is about endurance training, your resistance training, and flexibility training. These are three things you need to include in your exercise on a daily basis. If these things are not there, then it is not a complete exercise. So when I say endurance training, what I'm trying to tell you here is aerobic exercise with moderate intensity, walking is low intensity. When I say aerobic exercise, you're any kind of probably a Zumba, or maybe a jumping exercise, or maybe a swimming, those kind of things are all aerobic exercise. What happens in this actually? This will help our cardiac workflow system. Heart rate will be improved, breathing will be improved, blood flow will be improved. How does it improve? By running, jogging, hiking, swimming, skipping, jumping jack. These are all the aerobic kind of endurance training. So how do you understand it as an endurance training actually is when you do these kind of exercises, your breath will go very high. So when you after you do 100 jumping jacks, maybe in Limmy's batches or 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 p.m. batches, when you do 100 jumping jacks, you started breathing high and high. I don't you are feeling high. So when your heartbeat goes high, that is where you are reaching some kind of endurance level actually. That's why your cardiovascular system gets cleansed. Your your blood flow will start moving more actually. So when your heartbeat has to grow high. So that is why we have in the smart watches also not to check what is my heartbeat, whether my heartbeat is going really high or not. If your heartbeat is not really going high, then you're not actually in endurance level. So your heartbeat should go. And what is the heartbeat? How much you can reach? Vaguely, I'm not telling about is an exact figure. I'm waiting to it. Ideal heart rate is equal to 220 minus your age. That is what where you can reach. You cannot reach a very high heart rate. Also, you may get into an attack and people may die. That is it. But in kids, it is okay to go more than 200. Also, it is okay. But when adults, somewhere around according to your age, you can stick to it. So 220 minus your age. If I'm 42 now, 220 minus 40 age is equal to 178. 178 is in a heart rate where I can maximum reach 178 to 180. If I reach there, that means that I'm at my complete endurance level. My cardiovascular system is working proper. My heartbeat is good. My breathing is good. My blood flow is good. That is why I can. But if I cannot reach there, that is a challenge. Some people before reaching there, they start gasping. They completely start gasping. Only reason because of their energy levels are low. Their fats are more. They don't have complete energy level. That is why they're gasping and they stop. They cannot go further actually. If you can go to a high endurance level, still you can talk a little bit, or still you can have a conversation with you. That is where you are you are at least at maximum level in your health actually. You can be said, okay, I'm at a good level of health. So if you're not able to completely talk, and if you're lying down, that means you still have to reach your endurance level with good food, good exercise, continuously doing it. Right? Okay. So you can check this. If you have your smartwatch or anything, then it is easy. You can go and take a smartwatch there, but you can calculate on this way. What is endurance level? That's how we can do it. Now coming to okay, anyways, I mentioned about the gadget here. Coming to the next slide. Resistance training actually. So one is your endurance training where you use a lot of air from the in the environment. The breathing goes high. That is one kind of exercise that comes through your jumping jack, swimming, running, jogging, all those things. That is one set of exercise. That is where what you call it as before the core exercise what we do. So now it comes to resistance training. So resistance training is to increase your muscle mass. If you want to increase your muscle mass, your endurance training will not really help, because your heart rate is going up, your breathing is going up, but your muscles are not getting that resistance to build your muscles. Okay, so now what does resistance training doing actually? Exercise to increase the body strength. It is an anaerobic exercise. The first one which I told was aerobic exercise. This is an anaerobic exercise which breaks down glucose into body without using oxygen. So in this exercise, you will not reach what do you say, um, the level of breathing will not reach to 178, because something like push-ups when you're doing push-ups, or maybe you're using some weights, you're lifting some dumbbells, you're lifting some weightlifting, or maybe you're doing some body weight exercise like you're doing a mountain climbers, or maybe you're doing say the squats sometimes, simple squats what you're doing. So those kind of are more of little bit body weight. You're using your body weight to increase your muscle mass actually. So there are a lot of body weight exercise available in the YouTube, and I think Limi also teaches a lot of things actually which can help you to increase your muscle mass. So here you're not doing any jumping and things like that. You're more or less building your body muscles actually. If you go to gym, most of the things which you use equipments to to work out is most of them are resistant training. Basically, when you pull some of the equipments or maybe lift your dumbbells, what happens is you're resisting your muscles completely, and then making sure your cells are breaking down, and then improving your muscle mass. Okay. So one of the biggest organ in our body is muscle. Most of them do not understand that, because if your muscle mass is good, your body will be provided with a lot of nutrition. It can create a lot of nutrition within yourself. So that is why most of the people who are with muscle do not have too much of issues actually, because they create, if they have built their muscles in a natural way. Muscle is a locomotor organ. Muscle can break down glucose easily. 50 to 60% of should be a muscle in our body, percent of the body, and water intake should be good for making sure your muscle is high. Muscle, the largest metabolic organ in human body. If your muscle mass is good, your resting metabolism will be good, your digestion will be good. Most of the things will go in a right way if your muscle mass increases. Your fat reduces, muscle increases, the complete body metabolism changes. Build skeletal muscle mass, back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. These kind of things will not be there if your muscle mass is good actually. So most of the time people have this back pain, people have this neck pain, or maybe a leg pains actually, and people have hip pains, all because of your muscle mass is not there. So you're putting a lot of pressure on your bones, right? And your muscles are done. If your muscle mass is good and if muscles are strong actually, so the bones will not get too much of heavy pressure. That's why your pain, everything will go off actually. So when your protein, vitamin, minerals increase in your body, the muscle mass also slowly starts increasing. That is where your pain in your neck, shoulders, everything will slowly go down. Second thing, resistance training. There are one more thing what we have to do in your training or whatever exercise what you're doing is third one is flexibility training or this one. Before that, okay, let me bring it to the next one. You can do yourself this muscle fitness test at home in case some of the things are available. First fitness test is sit down completely like this, just like I'm doing in that, and get up without taking a support. Can you do it? If somebody can do it, you're at least 50 to 70% fit. If you're not able to do it, you're not completely fit. Actually, you're overweight or you're not able to fit. So you have to sit down without anything, any support completely. And from there, you need to get up without taking any support. Try this fitness test at home today after this program. So you will get to know whether you can do it or not. Because most of them require, maybe they put their hands on the floor or maybe they hold on to a sofa or something and then get up rather than getting up like that. So if you can do this, it will be good. But perfect deadlift, if you can do a deadlift, actually you don't, if you don't have anything at home, don't try this, or don't go and lift something just like that because you may harm yourself. But try in a proper way whether you can lift any heavy weight. If you're not able to do it, there's a problem, because if you're 45 maximum till 50 at least, you can lift 100 kgs, 80 to 100 kgs easily. That's how your fitness should be. Try this, okay, for maybe planks. You can go to planks and see how much minutes. The more time you can be in the plank, actually more healthier you are. If you're coming down in just in 30 seconds or 20 seconds, that means your muscle mass is not really good. So I've just put this funny picture here. The most of them do not have this Indian toilets in most of the houses. Most of them use the Western style now. So, but if somebody can sit on this and get up easily, they are definitely fit enough. Actually, this were used in the olden days. They were pointed to that, but today the technology has made it more easier for people. Actually. Do we lose muscles? Yes, we lose muscles. It is called a sarcopenia actually. So if you go back and check, you will come to know that. So over a period of time, once you become 30 years or more, due to hormonal changes, actually we start losing muscles. We think that when most of them have a challenge or maybe or a challenge to understand that actually when you see a fat person, so they see that their biceps, their body is completely filled like a muscle actually, but it's actually not a muscle, it's a completely fat. There is no muscle in it actually, so it's completely fat. If the muscles are there, they've lost the muscle and they've improved, increased the fat in their body. That is why the body weight is there. But when the the fat goes down and the muscle increases, you may see still that muscle existing there, but still your weight will be less. You maybe look fat, but your weight will be less. That is why there are some healthy people, right? They may look very, fat, or maybe they're very healthy, but if you look at that, their weight, according to their weight, height, their weight will be ideal actually, but you will not be able to make that. So aging is also kind of a muscle mass reduction. So when your muscle mass completely goes on, that is how your fat increase and obesity becomes. You can do this muscle fitness test at home. Try doing it. An 8-year-old has a study says an 8-year-old person also can improve muscle mass. Then why not you and me? So anybody can in this world can improve the muscle mass. If you're 80 years also, if you're able to do exercise and eat right food, then still you can improve your muscle mass to a greater extent. You and me can do this easily. Now, next, flexibility training, because you require a lot of flexibility training after you're doing first endurance training, then comes your resistance training, and then comes your flexibility training. When I say flexibility training, basically you're cooling down. So yes, stretches, you're cooling down, your yogasanas or whatever you call it as, right? Some kind of thing. Because once you do endurance and resistance training, what happens is your muscles start breaking or getting contrasted. So now you need to release everything. So once you want to release everything, you need to do some stretching. Nice stretching on your body. So the complete body stretching from head to toe. If you're not doing that, it's not going to help you, because after a running, people say, no, I walk for 5 kilometers, I ran for 10 kilometers and things like that. So after running, so what people have to do is they have to do their massage to their legs, to do some good brushing to their what is the feet and everything, so that the muscles, when you run 10 kilometers, what is happening is your muscle is getting contrasted. So you need to release those actually once you come home. You need to do some stretching exercise. If you're running for 3 days, 2 days, you need to go to gym or maybe do some body weight exercise, so that your upper body also is strong rather than making only your lower body strong. So you need to do a combination of things when you're doing it as well. Some of the stretches like this, I've just brought in some stretches here, but not everything. So some of the stretches like this will help you to release some of the muscles which has been contracted because of your endurance and resistance training. It is very, very important. So walking is why it is walking, not an exercise, because of this actually. So scientifically, if you have to get a complete body exercise, you need to do endurance training, you need to do your resistance training, and then get into your flexibility training. So if you're not doing these three things, no, scientifically it is said that it is not a complete exercise. You definitely have to do that, because person who is a runner, maybe a marathon runner, or maybe a athlete, he works out in a gym or maybe in that home actually to make sure your complete body is fit. He's not just running and practicing. He is doing a workout for his entire body so that you can be fit. Because if your entire body is not fit, you cannot run or walk yourselves. It will be a challenge over a period of time. So this three things has to be there. So in walking, what you're doing, only your legs are walking. Your upper body is not getting any kind of exercise. What happens is when you're doing only walking, you guys, everybody is, making some of your muscles very there. So if you're example in a corporate world, you're working, your boulders, your shoulders, your neck muscles, your hip muscles, your leg muscles, most of things are like stable or maybe like sedentary for a longer time, and some of them becoming inactive for a longer time. What happens is lead to problems. You need to make sure your muscles are always active so that it keeps on growing some new cells over there. That is why people have diabetes, and after diabetes they get frozen shoulders, frozen hands, and a lot of that, people have spondylitis problem and things like that, because they've kept their muscles in one proper one direction actually, and they are not given any exercise to those particular muscles. So your entire body should require muscles actually so that it will grow. Okay. So if you're not doing all these three things, your exercise is not complete. Definitely it is required. Now question and answer. Thank you very much for bearing and listening to me. So thank you very much for that. Now let me take up some questions in case if you have. Let me mute anybody in case you have any questions. After that, you can share the if you have the diet plan also, you can share it. Let me in case if you have any other, so that you can show them. Anybody have any questions?
Sure.
No, Sam, nothing from my side.
Okay. Anybody else? Aisha? Okay, so if you don't have any doubt, then we'll share the chart, right, Sam? And then on the chart, if you have any questions, you can ask. Yeah, give me a moment, I'll just share it. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we have this chart. I think we have already shared it with you, and some of you have asked the questions also. So this is for 2 days, only 2 days. That is tomorrow, that is Monday and Tuesday. You have to follow this, and we will be sharing the 4th week's chart today that you have to follow from Wednesday. Okay, this is for Monday and Tuesday. I have mentioned the date also, 31st, and this is the 1st February. The first ko up Monday ko you all have to do this. Almost both the diets charts are same. Only thing is we have changed the night dinner part. Okay, so early morning when you wake up, you have to take jeera and soap water, 1 glass. 1 glass means it will be around 250 ml. So soaked overnight, you have to soak both jeera and soap. You can take 1 teaspoon jeera, 1 teaspoon soap. Soak both in 1 glass water, and then morning just boil it and drink it. Remove the jeera and soap. Okay, hope it is clear. Then you have to go for your breakfast. That is, it is a detox diet. So you have to go for carrot and apple smoothie. So 2 carrots, 1 apple. You can add ginger, lemon juice, cinnamon powder into this, and also add soaked chia seeds. So whenever you use chia seeds, you have to soak it at least 10 to 15 minutes or around 20 minutes before using it. Okay? This is what you have to take for your breakfast. This is your breakfast. And then around 10 a.m. you have to go with 1 green tea. Then makhana at 10:30. Makhana you can have 1 small bowl, no issues. However, you are eating in the evening time, the same quantity you can have. Then at around 11:30, sorry, it is a.m. I mentioned 11:30, you have to have 1 cucumber. You have to add salt and chili powder into that. Then besan chila, you have to add all these things into it. And yes, whenever, if you have any gastric issues, whenever you're using any besan, that is gram flour in the diet, then you can add a pinch of ajwain into that. Okay, so that you can come out of that gastric issue. This is to be done by 12 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock you have to again take somph water. This somph water you have to take 300 ml. This is not to be soaked. Morning wala jo tha, that was soaked. This is not to be soaked. Just take somph, 1 teaspoon, and boil it in 300 ml water. Bring it to 250 and drink it hot. Then around 3 o'clock you can have tea without sugar. So this can be a milk tea. And around 5 p.m. you have to go with chia seeds. You have to add 1 teaspoon of chia seed in coconut water. So again, this is to be soaked. Chia seed ko pehle se soak karke rakhna hai, and then you have to add it in the coconut water. Then again at 6 p.m. you have to go for 1 glass methi water. This is also to be boiled directly. Isko bhi soak nahi karna hai. You don't have to soak it. Take it, boil in 300 ml water, bring it to 250 and drink it hot. Then around 7, you have to go for your dinner part. So the best part, if you are a non-vegetarian, please go for chicken option. And if you are a vegetarian, then go for tofu. Don't go, means if you get tofu, then don't go for paneer option, because the best results you will get in chicken and tofu, not in paneer, because tofu contains more protein than paneer. So that you have to use. Yeah, I think I have not mentioned the recipe here. I'll send it that as well. So grilled chicken or grilled tofu or tofu tikka, and also use your bell peppers, all the capsicum, or if you get all the colors, red, yellow, and green, that will be good. Then at 7:30, you have to again go for somph water. Again, it is to be boiled and drank. And 8:30, before sleeping, you have to drink. At 8:30, you have to drink almond milk. So make sure, I think in the group, the chatting is already done. So some asked me that, is it the badam powder, what we get in the badam in the market, right? Badam milk powder. That is actually the powder of badam that you have to mix it in normal cow milk. That is not to be taken. This almond milk means it is extracted from almond. So please make sure, try it. It is easily available nowadays. If not available in your place, just go for the homemade stuff. But if it is available, you have to buy it and use. That will be more beneficial for you. The same way, everything is same in the second day, Tuesday's chart also. Only thing is we have changed the dinner. In dinner, you have to go for vegetable salad. So in the vegetable salad, you can add carrot, cucumber, tomato, capsicum, sweet corn. Then this is all raw. Okay, this is a salad. You can add, if you want, you can add the curd into that. Otherwise, everything raw. You don't have to saute it. This is a raw vegetable salad. So this is what the chart is. If you have any doubt right now, you can ask, then we can clear the doubt. Because we want this to be followed exactly to get the results, because in these 2 days itself, you can reduce lots of your weight with this detox diet.
Yeah, Limi, at 3 o'clock you told to have tea. Afifa will not have tea, so can she have green tea at that time?
She don't drink milk tea, any reason?
No, not at all. Tea, coffee she is not used to. She will not drink. So okay, at that place she can have the green tea, yeah?
Yes, she can go for green tea, or okay, she don't drink any tea, right? So then green tea is fine. Green tea she can go with it.
Black tea or black coffee like that she'll have, but not with milk.
Acha, then let her go with black tea.
Black tea, acha, okay. Thank you.
Welcome. So yeah, so if you are a person who drinks normal milk tea, then please go with that. Don't go with others. If कि नहीं हो पाया तो हमने ये पी लिया, green tea पी लिया. Don't do that. Make sure you are having your milk tea. Anybody else? I think Jaita of workout ka timing and coconut water. Hope it is clear, Jaita. We have answered you yesterday itself, right?
Yes, Limi.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Anything regarding the diet chart?
I think Manju had a problem.
And,
Like he is working and she cannot follow the
Cucumber
time.
means we have to take cucumber only or any other vegetable like a beetroot or carrot will do because she has got cold. Cucumber is, they tell it's cold.
That is only in our mind. It is not actually.
See, because
Cucumber and
because
curd we are
see, if you're
avoiding.
taking in the afternoon, it's not a problem. So only thing is when you
Okay.
go to sleep at night, so you don't take
Okay.
that. So it will not affect her. No issues.
Okay.
And
Because
don't
we're
and try
avoiding
not
sugar.
to keep try not to give her something which is kept in the refrigerator. So get it fresh and serve it. Yeah, because that also will
Right.
affect actually. Most of them have this challenge, having from the refrigerator. So that will be also an effective thing. So just bring it fresh and give it to her. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I was telling about Manju's question, Limi. So she was telling she's working and how to manage things and all. That is very difficult. So probably, yeah, I know it's difficult, but we have to make sure somehow you have to follow that. So there is no other way to go with the detox because detox has to happen in this way. Try how much you can, whichever you cannot do, go for some fruits or maybe some water kind of thing. Have normal water or fruit juice without sugar kind of thing, which whether you're not able to do. Otherwise, it should be happen. But don't take any, solid food.
Solid food. Yeah.
Apart from in the night. If you follow the chart, it will give you best results because it will completely cleanse your body. So, because so fasting is good for health because right now because we are in a weight loss program, we don't have to do a complete fasting. So we need to provide something into our body to flush out all the wrong things. So that is what we are trying to do. So we have to make sure. So doing this kind of detox at least once in a month will help you out. So you can do it not only in this program. If you want to follow this after this every month, maybe 2 days go on a complete detox plan. Rather not eating the night food also. That our time also you can go for some fruits and vegetables. That it will cleanse your body completely, which is very, very required for everybody. Okay, then if you don't have any questions, then we will wrap up, right, Shami? So we have next webinar on Sunday, next Sunday or Saturday. You can publish it now itself, so that will be a final webinar because we will be ending on when? No, not this one.
Yeah, exactly. No, our last date will be 8th. 30
Yeah.
days will get over on 8th, but we'll have the final webinar on 6th of Feb.
Okay.
Sunday.
Thank you. Thanks,
you.
Simon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.